Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode on the single player world. How you doing today? I'm doing super good. Told you I'd bring you back with a more completed house. At least this phase of the house is done. The exterior blocks have been placed. There's no randomization yet, and there's still a lot of interior work to do. Lots of detail. I want to add bushes and all kinds of good stuff around the outside. It's kind of annoying being in the flight mode. Why don't we fly away? How you guys doing today? I hope you're having a really good day. Can I do it? Yeah, there we go. I'm having a super good day. I learned something kind of interesting. I actually knew for a while, but I haven't really thought about it. So I've got an arrow here, excuse me, in my inventory, and you can see that I'm shooting the bow with it. It's kind of interesting. And you could also switch around like this and use different types of arrows, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys didn't know that. I think that's a console exclusive. It's kind of interesting. So I've been doing that. And it's kind of weird to try and find the arrow instead of the bow in your inventory. Anyway, check it out. Oh yeah, I really like this side over here. Oh yeah, I'm trying to fly a little slow so you guys can get a good look. Still think this is the best method of flight, dang it. Or of viewing your thing from far away. It's the easiest because you can just fly around instead of placing blocks. Aha. So, I'm going to keep flying around and show you a couple little things. We'll walk around the inside and stuff. There's a couple little hidden secret rooms and stuff, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think it's looking really good. Anyway, I got some news, or I heard some news the other day that Dinnerbone is going to start working on the game again. So if you guys didn't know who that is, one of the older devs who hasn't been working on the game recently, but he used to. And a lot of people think that the best stuff in the game... we got a little inside way in here. A lot of people think that the best parts of the game were made by Dinnerbone, so it's pretty cool that he's going to start developing, obviously, the PC version again. So that should be pretty cool. Just a little quick little update about the news stuff. I always like to include a little bit of that because I think it's interesting. Anyway, we built this last episode, and it's looking pretty good. I used spruce in here because I figured might as well try kind of a different color. And I'm not too into it, but we're going to leave it. But I am going to show you the rest of this place, which I think turned out amazingly. Check this out. Oh yeah, sometimes I really like to add these conglomerations of sea lanterns and glass. I think it looks really cool. It's like a chandelier type deal, even though it doesn't really make sense, but I think it's cool. Interesting paintings. A little like book nook, little book nook area, so you can hang out and read a book. Yeah, kind of cool. And then up here, I like this room a lot. I like how the walls have just been white. That's something I changed. I was having checkerboard pattern. I didn't like that. I like just the plain white walls. I think it looks really cool. I like looking over there through the window too. Yeah, and then we got upstairs up here. And I like this room as well. It's pretty interesting up here. There's lots more detail, like I said, obviously, that needs to go into everything. But as far as the structure blocks and stuff, I think it's looking really nice, the way that everything fits together. Yeah, I really like this for some reason, how it comes down in here with the big painting, and then this room is just so interesting. I think it's just cool how it looks really like dilapidated and old and stuff from the outside, and then when you get to the inside, there's like some nice clean white walls and stuff. It's pretty cool. So, alright, well that's that. One other thing, I just wanted to update you guys, because I said I was going to bring you back and show you that, and there you go, I showed you it. Another thing I'm going to do is add a dock right here. I think it's going to come out this way and then go over to that direction. Yeah, so that's a couple more things I want to do. Obviously, I just haven't been dealing with that villager in there just because it's kind of like, whatever. I'm going to do that as well. But anyway, I'm going to move over here into the nether. Why don't we go this direction? And I'll show you something I've been working on I'm really excited about. So something I talked about in one of the last episodes, or a few episodes ago, and I never ended up doing it, was figuring out better info structure for transportation and stuff around the world. So I've been working on that here in between episodes. And I built something pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. It's a tunnel to the end. You can get over there. I figured, why don't we just walk and talk? No reason to jump. See a little bit more of the world and stuff. I kind of want to do that every once in a while. Sometimes, I mean, I always want to cut out unnecessary stuff, but sometimes I want you guys to see like the process and how quick it is really to get around. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you how quick it is to get to the end now that we've got all of our stuff figured out, including our little boat transportation, which I love, by the way. Put a creeper head there to remind us that that's the creeper farm in case we want to find it. Man, I just love how that works. It just works so well. It's never broken for me. Pretty interesting. Kind of thought there was going to be an issue there, but nope. This thing has been working very well. That worked pretty good. a couple of the times there is no transition. You don't even see the overworld, which was the point. All right, well, we got our little spawn area here when we spawn in, so we're safe. And then I've been working on these tunnels, and these are really interesting. I've been using purpur and stuff, so it's kind of weird. Judge it if you wish. So we've got the gender neutral word for Enderman to the left, and then exit to the right. And bonus points if you can guess what that little symbol is. It's pretty obvious, but I don't know if you guys know that. Anyway, so check this out. This was the first tunnel I built, and I thought I'd do something a little interesting with slabs and lighting here. So it's all dark, but it's all lit up in the same, kind of in a different way. It's interesting. I really like it. And then we get over here, we got a little decoration in the corner. I've been trying to use those more because I got the whole freaking farm and I never use them. Anyway, I figured we would need a little bit of a better way to get over here, so I made this little device so you could ender pearl that direction. Check out all our villagers too. We'll talk about that maybe in this episode here. Anyway, you can get off at the top if you want, or you could go back down, and when you're down, here you can get off at this level, and then you can get back into it like so, and go back down. Pretty cool. Slime block at the bottom. Alright, so let's go to the other tunnel. I really like the other one too. They're both really interesting. I tried to make them real similar but unique in their own ways. So this one's all nice and clean and stuff. And this one is more colorful and lit up, and there's paintings on the walls. Yeah, just random paintings and stuff. I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. I've never done anything like this, and so I figured now that we've got a bunch of wool at our passive mob farm, let's use paintings, because why not? I never use them. So anyway, same thing over here on the other side. These minecart elevators are just the best, and then you can just pop up here and ender pearl over that direction. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. I really like these little tunnel deals. Something else I wanted to mention in one of these episodes, because I've been talking about it in the comments quite a bit, but I don't think I've mentioned it in an episode. So the plan here, I know the game's going to be updated eventually with shulker boxes and other stuff, and that's going to require me to reset my end, potentially, which is going to suck because I got a quadruple iron farm and everything. So the plan is I'm not going to worry about it, and I'm not going to fight any more dragons ever again, not even once, so we don't have to worry about any of this stuff getting destroyed or anything like that. Don't you even think about it. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. Oh my gosh. Sucker. Anyway, so the plan is I'm just never going to reset the end, and if it requires me to reset the end to get things like shulker boxes or whatever, I don't know. I might do a little bit of cheaty science stuff, or maybe it'll be an excuse to start a new season. Who knows? But I'm thinking about it for now. We're just going to pretend like that's not going to happen, because I guarantee you that it's going to be a while before that update drops, if it ever does. You know, the combat update, the shulkers, all that stuff. Like, it will eventually, but it's going to be a few months at least. So we got some time. Anyway, so we got a bunch of villagers down here, and I put them in boats to keep them from wandering around. But we've got a kind of an issue. I'm trying to show you what I'm talking about. So when these guys, like, grow up, they push villagers into the glass, so I had to make this secondary border here out of sea lanterns. And so yeah, these guys keep pushing themselves out of the box somehow, and they grow up because it's made out of glass or something. I don't know how that works. It's kind of stupid. And I think I need more of a floor there, because I think they're falling down in that water stream and getting out that way, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, I do want to use these guys. Look at all these babies we got. Man, it's working well. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to move villagers in here. Whoops. Oh, perfect example. So these shulkers got out of their boats somehow. I have no idea. I was just standing there and they broke the boats. Are you going to be a shulker, or are you going to just be an ornament? There you go. So they teleported here by themselves, and I figured I'll just leave it there, because it's actually perfect if I run out of ender pearls and I need to get up here. That is a perfect way to do so. I'll just leave them right there. And another interesting thing is the levitation comes through the portal, obviously. Kind of interesting. Another thing, all the talking bits. So this hopper here was doing something really weird, and I want to try and show you guys. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all these ender pearls, and we're going to do this here on camera for you, so you can see how this happens and how weird it is. So this block is the tallest solid block that's in this little radius. Anything to that point of it is behind this one, so this is the one that's going to choose first. It's the first closest highest to that, not including the roof up there, but this is before the roof. I don't know, it's kind of weird how it decides what block to go to. But that's how it works. It doesn't want to put you on a hopper, it doesn't want to put you on glass, doesn't want to put you on a chest. It's looking for a solid block, so that's the one it targets. Now this one is covered in glass also, And so when stuff teleports here, it's inside the glass, and it squirts out to the nearest open block, which is here, which there's a hopper underneath for everything to be collected. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to show you how that happens, because it's a little bit weird. Alright, so let's go into here, let's find our bottom portal, and let's check all these ender pearls through here. I'm going to throw all of these in here, and I'll be right back. There you go, you can see they're teleporting. Okay. And so we don't pick any up when we go through the portal. I'm going to do something like so. And why don't we just do that? So we don't pick up any pearls when we go through there. Now, what should you expect to have happen, right? You should see a bunch of pearls squirt out onto the hopper and then have them be starting to get picked up, right? So let's go through and see if that happens. Oh. Oh. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, it's full. Whoa, hold on. There we go. More coming through. So, I don't know if you guys caught that, but there was a moment there, right when we came through the portal, we were looking at the hopper, and there was only like a stack, but the hopper was filled up. And so I don't know if that's something that I'm not thinking about it correctly. I don't know exactly how hoppers work. Maybe they do work like that, and I'm just not really aware of it. I'm confused, but it seemed like for me there that this area was loaded and able to be picking up pearls while we were in the other dimension. Is that was that not how that happened just then? I'm gonna try that one more time. I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna see what happens. What the freak? You guys see that? What? I just aimed straight up and it shot me to the left. What was that about? There we go. Don't you even think about it. What? I hit him. Hacks. Minecraft. Okay. Yeah, so I built this up a little bit more, and I think the idea here... And now there's a train. All the noises. So, just go crazy today. It's a nice day out. Everybody's busy. And I'm Minecrafting, and that's probably the reason. Anyway, this is going to elevate. It's going to elevate itself like an item elevator, right? So we're going to leave this open. Hopefully it'll prioritize this side, because when they were coming through like over here. So hopefully it'll go over there. So I've just built this up a little bit so we can kind of influence it a little better. So what we just saw didn't happen the same way, because we did see a couple of them squirt off to the side. So I'm going to try this again, and we will see what happens. Okay. I also figured might as well do some non-stackable items as well and see what that does. So, these guys have been shooting me, and it's really confusing me why it's able to go outside the boats. It's really weird. It's never happened until like the last couple days. And, yeah, it usually does that, but lately they've been like able to hit me. It's so weird. Anyway, let's go through here, see what happens. I better block my inventory up real quick, so let's do that. Like so. Don't pick anything up. Ooh, and we can't have that one there, so we'll chuck that through as well. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Try and look for it. What? And it's full. So are they going to start coming through now, like we saw? Did they come through somewhere else? Let's look around, okay? Let's look around. I mean, that was full. That was kind of weird how that was full. And this is full. Guys, there's no way that it did that in that amount of time. Are you seeing this? Look at that. All the boats, all those ender pearls that I just put through. I just put through like 20 or 30 ender pearl stacks, plus all those solid blocks, and then a couple more after. So, yeah, and just to make sure, let's look around here and make sure they're not coming out a different way. They're not like squirting out the side and dropping somewhere else. I'll go up there again and check in the doors. They're not down here. You get the idea. That is amazing. That is really amazing. So it's kind of like a good and bad thing, because we're kind of relying on the fact that they become unloaded when we go into the other dimensions, so we can keep breeding villagers and pushing them through. But I think what's going on is there's like a time limit. I think that's how that works. I think that after, like for a certain amount of time, either after an item is teleported through, or after the player goes through the portal, it's still loaded and able to process entities like a lazy entity processing chunk. If you know anything about that kind of deal, you know that I'm just checking up here to see if there's any pearls up in the doors or something like that, and they're not. So things happen differently in a lazy chunk than they do in a normal chunk. So the lazy chunk is right on the border of where the game stops loading. And there's different rules that apply there because of just, you know, lazy coding and stuff like that. One of the things, or to save on space and everything, I don't know, there's lots of reasons, but anyway, one of the things that happens is that the time that things take to process is non-existent. So if something takes a long time to filter through, it's going to happen instantaneously, apparently. And that's why the dragon egg works to break stuff, is because as it's falling, the game just instantly puts it down on the ground and it ignores whatever block is in the way. So I had this hallway here to the gold farm that was slightly musical, and I did a bunch of renovations. I've changed it a lot, and I've actually added note blocks on every single space with detector rails in between. So the minecart's going to activate everything as we go down this track, and it's going to be pretty interesting. But right now, it's tuned very simply, so check out what I got going on here. So almost all the notes are this, which is the bass note. And this because they're placeholders. We're going to tune them later when we figure out what notes are going to go there. The ones that are consistent is this one. There's a nice bass drum, which I love that sound of. And it's a wood block under there. And that repeats every single pillar. So here, after every pillar, we've got a jungle piece of wood underneath. Jungle block? I don't know why I was going to say jungle block, but it's a piece of wood. Whoops. And then also, I forgot to mention, we've also got a snare in here, or a drumstick click. And so it's alternating, so that one's low, and that one's high. See that? Low, and then high. Click. So that's everything that I've done. I've just repeated the bass drum on the pillars, and the high and the low click every other section. So I'm going to just cruise down it, and I'll show you. Obviously, this is a work in progress, and it's just for the metronome quality of it, and I'll show you how we're going to tune it later. All right, so it's a little off-tempo. But it's pretty good. Look how the notes are in front of the minecart. It's so interesting how the minecart has a different place visually than it does in the game code. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. And it's going to be really weird. It's going to be a big process, and I'm experimenting as we go. So we're going to see if this works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to block everything, except those notes that I did, right? That I did change. So all of these other placeholder notes are just going to be ignored. Whoops. Why did I do that? Dang it. I hit the wrong button. You can right-click, or you can right-click. I'm not even using a mouse. You can R2, you can't L2. So, I think that this was just empty, wasn't it? Because I only put percussion on one side. Aha, so this whole wall can be filled with slime blocks. So what's going to happen here, obviously you know if you've done note blocks, that if there's anything above the note block, it won't work. So this is going to turn out all of the note blocks off, except the ones that we've actually tuned. So we can get a better understanding of what exactly it is that we've already done, and we can get some kind of quiet in there, so we can start adding notes. So what I get to do is when I want to add a note, I just get to break it, tune it, and then that will show up in our sequence, whereas everything else will be muted. Pretty cool. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to bring you back, and we're going to see how this sounds without all the extra filler notes, and then we're going to start tweaking stuff, maybe. We'll see what happens. This is an experiment, but we'll see what happens. I just wanted to try this out because I've never actually done anything like this, and I figured it would be a cool idea to activate it with a minecart, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, much better. What? Why did that happen? Whoops, I missed a block. Okay, so that is much clearer, easier to hear what's going on. What did I miss over here? Oh, there it is. Oh, is it here too? Messing everything up. Whoops. Well, I actually am going to show you a little bit of this because I think it's really interesting how this is actually happening. And I'll show you the tuning that we're going to use as well. So I'm going for 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15 clicks, right? so that should keep it all kind of within, like, I don't know, like the major scale maybe? Or I have no idea, actually. I shouldn't even say what it is, because I don't know. Whoops, that's not supposed to be there. But what I do know is that if I maintain some kind of pattern, then there'll be some kind of consistency. So that's what I'm going for. I really can't talk and count at the same time for some reason. Oh, I did it there. Anyway, 5, 6, 7. This is what I've been doing. And I'll show you what it sounds like. I think it's pretty cool. So let's go grab our minecart. Oh, why don't we do it backwards? I haven't tried it like this yet. Yeah, it's kind of like a Mario sound. It almost sounds like, you know, like the invincibility song from Mario. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I kind of wanted to keep doing with that and just do the whole thing like this flashy thing. Because I'm having trouble coming up with like a melody. I just don't think that this translates well for like that type of music. Because of the lag and the inconsistencies and stuff, I think it'll be better to do like a kind of a pattern like that, which I don't know. I think that sounds pretty cool. So anyway, oh, I'm getting alerts and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to show you what was going on here. I'm going to keep working on this. I'll BRB. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I know. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. It's kind of cool. I was changing the pitch there in the middle. I really like that. Anyway, this is a kind of a goofy thing. It's kind of a fail and not a fail. Oh, I really like it. I just think that it's interesting, and that's what matters. So now I'm going to do this. A bam, bam, a bam, bam. And I'm going to reclaim all this stuff and clear up the tunnel, and then I'll figure out a block that goes there in between. Oh, actually, you know what? I just had an idea. If there are blocks above, then those aren't going to work. So we could just put carpet down. Ooh. All right, well, you know, I'm assuming this is probably one of those projects that's like a lot more fun for me to work on than it is for you guys to like watch or listen to especially. But anyway, I realized that we could just use string. Pretty easy, and we've got a lot of it from our house to mob farm over there. And yeah, now we can keep our nice cool look to the place. I don't think pigmen will ever walk onto the track because they don't spawn on tracks anymore. And they don't spawn on string, I'm pretty sure. Right? Maybe? I'm not sure about that actually. But anyway, I don't think they'll walk over onto the track. So I don't think we really have to worry about that. If we do start to run into an issue, I might put some glass panes right there. Something like that. Anyway, let's take our maiden voyage. I know you just heard it, but let's just check, make sure that the string and everything works. It's so cool. I like how oh man. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna leave you off with a little bit of a conversation topic. So, I've got a really good problem to have here in my world, which is I'm filled up with books. I've got way too many books. I've got this whole thing. Ooh, thorns. Ooh, that is nice. I think that might be the only book of that I got. Anyway, lots of books. You can see these are really nice books in here. And then over here, we've got 3 more chests with some really good stuff. That Unbreaking, Silk Touch. Oh man, some Frostwalker deals and punch twos and mendings. Oh my gosh, fire aspect. Look at that. So my question to you is, what do I do with all of this? And hold on a minute, before you answer that down in the comments, I'm going to show you the other half of it. Don't even worry, that's not even the first half. Yeah, I got 10-ish, 8-ish double chests full of books. So this is my skeleton farm, or it used to be before the update. Thanks. Now it's a zombie farm. Used to be an AFK skeleton spawner. This was like the main business here in the world before the gold farm. If you do want to see how one of these is built, I do have a tutorial on my channel. I also put in a little AFK fish farm, which I also have a tutorial for. All the tutorials. Anyway, back to the point. Yeah. What do I do about all of this? That's my question to you guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think I should do with all these freaking books. These are all kind of low levels. They're all like kind of 1s to 2s to 3s, like randomly. Nothing amazing in here, but the point is that there's a lot of them. I think there might even be some over here. Yeah, there's just like random stuff. They're just all around in my world. It's just crazy how many books I have. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. But I think that's going to have to do it for me for this one. One last thing is I realized I haven't updated this in quite a while. Yeah, I definitely need to update this, but you can see, if you haven't seen this already, I really recommend doing this if you've got something crazy like what I got here in my world with all these freaking tunnels. Like, in 2 years, when you come back to the game after not playing, you know what I mean? You're trying to find your way around, like if you're trying to, like, have a little nostalgia trip and walk around your world and find all the stuff you built, or like you're trying to show something off to somebody, you're gonna want a freaking book. If you're like me, you got tons of tunnels and stuff, this is so freaking handy. I've used this a whole bunch, so I'm gonna go fill this out with all our new things, because there's like 10 or 12 new freaking portals in our world here. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do in between episodes or whatever, now, later, sometime. But that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I had a really good time hanging out today and doing stuff, even though it wasn't very productive. Didn't do very much, but we sure did talk about a lot, and we set up some plans for the future builds, and I am pretty excited about it. So anyway, that's doing it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, everybody, have a good day. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.